Welcome to our channel Storm Rider. When people hear that the U.S. Navy is planning a new destroyer under its FY2026 budget, they often imagine just another gray warship slicing through the ocean. But what's coming in the Navy's future force plan is much more ambitious. The centerpiece of this conversation is the DDGX, the Navy's next-generation large-surface combatant designed to eventually succeed the Arleigh Burke class destroyers. While it's still in development, the FY2026 funding continues critical design and technology maturation work, pushing this future destroyer closer to reality. Think of it less as a simple upgrade and more as a foundation for the Navy's next 40 to 50 years of surface warfare. To understand why this matters, you have to look at the current backbone of the fleet, the Arleigh Burke class destroyers. These ships have been incredibly successful and heavily upgraded over decades, but they're reaching the limits of what their original hull design can support. Modern warfare demands more power, more cooling capacity, and more space for advanced sensors and weapons. The new destroyer aims to solve those limitations from the ground up. The Navy isn't just building a bigger ship, it's building a more adaptable platform that can grow as technology evolves. One of the most talked about aspects of the upcoming destroyer is its power generation capability. Modern naval combat systems, especially next-generation radars and directed energy weapons, demand enormous amounts of electricity. Traditional destroyers weren't designed with high-energy lasers or future railgun concepts in mind. DDGX is expected to feature an integrated power system capable of producing significantly more electrical output than today's ships. In simple terms, this means the ship won't just run on electricity for lights and computers, it will treat electricity as a primary weapon resource. That opens the door for high-powered lasers to intercept drones and missiles, potentially at a much lower cost per shot compared to traditional interceptors. Another major feature is its advanced sensor suite. Current destroyers rely heavily on the Aegis combat system and spy radar family, which are already among the best in the world. The future destroyer is expected to incorporate next-generation radar systems derived from the FY2026 family, offering improved range, better target discrimination, and enhanced capability against low observable threats like stealth aircraft and hypersonic missiles. For everyday viewers, that means the ship can see farther, track more objects at once, and respond more quickly to complex attacks from multiple directions. Missile capability remains at the heart of any destroyer's mission, and this is where the new design could be a game changer. The Navy wants a larger missile capacity and the flexibility to carry future weapons that may not even be fully developed yet. The vertical launch system on DDGX is expected to support a wide range of munitions, from standard surface-to-air missiles to long-range strike weapons and potentially hypersonic missiles. Hypersonic weapons travel at speeds greater than Mach 5 and are extremely difficult to intercept. Designing a destroyer that can carry and support these weapons gives the U.S. Navy a significant strategic advantage in contested environments. Performance at sea is another crucial factor. Although official speed and range numbers haven't been finalized publicly, the new destroyer is expected to maintain or exceed the high-end speed of current Arleigh Burke class ships, which can operate at over 30 knots. Range and endurance are equally important because future naval conflicts could stretch across vast areas of the Pacific. The ship will need to travel long distances without constant refueling, operate independently or within a carrier strike group, and maintain high readiness in harsh maritime conditions. Improved hull design and propulsion efficiency will likely play a key role in achieving this balance. Speaking of hull design, the Navy is aiming for a form that reduces radar cross-section while maintaining seaworthiness. Lessons learned from previous stealth-oriented designs, such as the Zumwalt class, will likely influence the approach, but DDGX is expected to strike a more practical balance between stealth and affordability. The hull will probably look more conventional than radical, but with refined shaping and materials that lower its detectability. In practical terms, that means it's harder for enemy radars to spot and target, giving it valuable seconds, or even minutes, of advantage in combat. Crew considerations are also evolving. Modern warships rely increasingly on automation to reduce workload and improve efficiency. While the destroyer will still require a sizable crew compared to smaller vessels, automation in engineering systems, damage control, and combat management should help reduce manpower demands and increase survivability. Advanced onboard monitoring systems can detect faults, isolate damage, and even suggest corrective actions in real time. For sailors, that means less manual oversight of routine systems and more focus on mission execution. Cybersecurity and electronic warfare are now front and center in naval design. The FY2026 destroyer development continues to emphasize hardened networks and advanced electronic warfare suites capable of jamming, deceiving, or disrupting enemy sensors and communications. Modern naval battles aren't fought only with missiles and guns, they're fought in the electromagnetic spectrum. The ability to blind or confuse an opponent's targeting systems could be just as decisive as firing the first shot. This destroyer is being built with that reality in mind. Survivability is another area where the Navy is investing heavily. Future conflicts could involve saturation attacks with dozens of incoming missiles or swarms of unmanned systems. The new destroyer is expected to combine layered defense, long-range interceptors, medium-range missiles, close-in weapon systems, electronic countermeasures, and potentially laser defenses. Structurally, the ship will remain operational. The goal isn't just to fight effectively, it's to keep fighting even after sustaining damage. One unique selling point of the DDGX concept is its growth margin. Historically, many warships run out of space, weight capacity, or power headroom as new technologies are added. This ship is being designed with significant margins in all three areas. That means it can accept future weapons, sensors, or propulsion upgrades without requiring a complete redesign. In business terms, it's future-proofing a multi-billion-dollar investment. In military terms, it ensures the ship remains relevant against emerging threats over decades of service. There's also a strong industrial and economic dimension to this program. Continued funding in FY2026 supports not just naval capability but also shipbuilding infrastructure and thousands of skilled jobs across the United States. Major shipyards and defense contractors collaborate on complex systems integration, from propulsion modules to advanced combat software. This distributed industrial base is itself a strategic asset, ensuring the Navy can sustain and expand its fleet when necessary. Strategically, the timing of this destroyer development reflects shifting global dynamics. The Navy is preparing for potential high-end conflicts against near-peer adversaries, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region. Longer ranges, faster weapons, and more capable sensors are no longer optional, they're essential. The new destroyer is being shaped by lessons learned from recent conflicts and technological demonstrations. It's about deterrence as much as combat. A more capable fleet sends a signal that the US can project power and defend its interests in contested waters. Of course, cost will always be part of the discussion. Developing an advanced destroyer with cutting-edge systems doesn't come cheap. The Navy is under pressure to balance capability with affordability, especially as it also invests in submarines, aircraft carriers, and unmanned systems. One of the program's challenges is avoiding the kind of cost overruns and production delays that have affected past ship classes. By leveraging proven technologies where possible, such as derivatives of existing radar systems and combat software, the Navy aims to reduce technical risk while still pushing performance boundaries. For viewers trying to sum it all up, here's the big picture. The FY2026 destroyer effort represents a bridge between today's proven Arleigh Burke class and tomorrow's high-tech naval battlefield. It's designed to generate more power, carry more advanced weapons, see farther, defend itself more effectively, and adapt to technologies that haven't even matured yet. It blends traditional destroyer roles, air defense, surface warfare, anti-submarine operations, with emerging missions in cyber and directed energy. In many ways, this future destroyer embodies the evolution of naval warfare. Where older ships were built around guns and torpedoes, modern destroyers are floating networks of sensors, missiles, and computing power. The next generation takes that concept even further, treating energy, data, and adaptability as core weapons. As the FY2026 budget continues funding its development, the ship moves from concept drawings toward steel and sea trials. Ultimately, the new destroyer isn't just about replacing aging